Wearing that jersey, and it's Mexico that I'm wearing, and the reason I'm wearing Mexico is obviously they're one of the hosts of the FIFA World Cup. It is where we'll see this ball, the Trionda, and it is where 9 of Africa's best will be competing, and possibly a 10th nation joining the World Cup if it all goes well as far as the playoffs are concerned. The FIFA World Cup qualifiers are done. Africa is united. We have one dream as 9 nations, and that dream is to potentially be the champions of the world. The qualifiers were unbelievably exciting, and there is a show today where we'll be catching up on that. So let me tell you what we've got for you. We'll be, first of all, speaking to a guest that's very important because there's a lot of confusion around how the playoffs were decided, the points, and that's best second place, the 4 best second place. So Samson Adamu, the director of competitions, is going to talk about it, how points were taken away, why they were taken away, how that thing worked out. That's an important conversation. And then there's a goal I need you to take a look at, because this is a very special guest that we're coming onto the show today, and this is the man we will be bringing in. He'll be joining us to talk about his nation, Capo Verde, making it to their very first ever FIFA World Cup. He scored against Bafana. TK has never forgotten that. Gary Rodriguez getting a brace in 2017. That's the man celebrating. He's Capo Verde's vice captain, and he will join us on the show to talk about one of the most unbelievable stories of African football. That goal is, we still don't forget it, because one of the reasons South Africa didn't go to the World Cup in 2018 is Gary Rodriguez. So it hopefully will be not too bumpy a ride for him as far as the conversation is concerned. Let me introduce you to the guys here in studio, the wise men. I have got the absolute full house of wise men in studio. At the far post, wearing, please speak about your jersey. Tell me a little bit about them.
The Black Star.
Yes.
All the way from Kumasi, Accra. We are there. Yeah.
Sudesh Singh, Coach Sudesh, the football strategist, wearing his Black Stars jersey. And Ghana are one of those nations, the 9 that will make their way to the World Cup. Then next to it, it's the assassin of Abidjan. Mamadou, your jersey, tell me more.
Morocco. The first country to qualify for the World Cup.
Yes.
The only semi-finalist of the World Cup in Africa.
So now,
we always go with the best.
So have you abandoned?
And number 1 into FIFA ranking.
Have you abandoned your nation?
Which abandoned? This is now about Africa going to conquer the world.
Yeah, but you're wearing the number 1. You're not going with the Cote d'Ivoire jersey. You're wearing the Moroccan jersey.
Yes, Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, South Africa.
We don't know about
I will wait until Nigeria.
The other one we don't know is it.
And then at the far post, Thomas Quinaite, the award-winning journalist, TK.
Yeah.
Bafana are back.
They are back among the big boys. The big boys of African football. When we talk of countries that have qualified, Bafana is there. And they did it the hard way, but the only way they could.
Minus 3 points.
They still docked 3 points. They still managed to do it. And some people are saying, no, but we helped you. No, they didn't help us.
But you were begging Nigeria. You were begging Nigeria here.
What do you mean begging?
He was begging.
They did it for themselves. They had to qualify themselves.
We were in this studio. You were begging Nigeria.
To do what?
Because we knew we were going to do it.
But why were you begging Nigeria?
What was he begging them to do?
It was up to them.
Benin.
It was up to them. If they wanted to qualify for the playoffs, they had to beat Benin.
But didn't you beg
I didn't
Nigeria?
have to edge
beg
them.
Nigeria in this studio.
But they had to do it themselves.
Yes, that's all. You begged them.
Yes.
Okay.
And then closest to me, it's the former Super Eagle himself, the pastor. It's Ida Peter Side. And you know what, guys? The thing that I'm a little bit... You know, when people show off, they show off, right? Because our jerseys are all replica jerseys, right? And then there's one with a badge. You know when you have a badge on the arm?
Original.
Then that's a player's jersey. And this is from 2010. That's from the 2010 qualifiers.
It goes to show,
a Super Eagles jersey.
It goes to show that we qualified for 2010. We qualified. I see this TK here.
Yeah.
That is making noise.
Yes.
TK called me in the night, in the midnight prior to the match, and says I can't sleep. I'm a pastor, don't lie. TK said, Ida, are you guys going to help us?
No, now the pastor is exaggerating.
Okay, the call happened though, TK.
The call happened.
The call happened.
The call was happening.
The call happened.
Where's your pride, TK? You can't be calling.
No, the call happened because I wanted him for a project, to do a project with him the next day. Ask him.
Yeah, but the first thing he said,
Thank you.
are you guys going to lose to
No, the
And I-
pastor is exaggerating.
I'm telling you, Baba. Why you are...
Okay,
listen,
you know, he always teaches us to speak the
Okay,
truth
but let's
and shame the
speak.
devil.
Let's
Let him go on.
Let's speak the truth,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because we've got 9 nations that have made it through. And maybe the most controversial question is it the 9 that we all expected? You know, when we looked at those groups and we started the journey, is this the 9 that have qualified for the World Cup that we go, right, this is who we thought this is the best that we can send to the USA, Canada, and Mexico?
Technically, yes.
I think it was true to form. They finished number 1. Yes, Cape Verde surprised everyone, but I think it's well deserved also. You know, you can't say that they didn't deserve it.
But in that group, I mean, that is a big surprise.
Yeah, but they stood their own and they deserved to be
Cameroon
there.
has to go to the playoffs because Capo Verde had qualified automatically.
Yeah.
The other surprise is Bafana.
What are you saying?
What?
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you want?
What are you
Because
saying?
of that group.
Yes.
You see,
No, one of the two.
No, let him talk. Let him talk.
Amaduge, thank
Back
you.
it up. Back it up.
Thank you what you're
Back it
saying.
up.
When you have Nigeria in that group,
Okay. What
then
happened?
Bafana managed to make it.
What
It's
was-
a big surprise.
How?
When was the last time Bafana went to the World Cup?
No, but if Nigeria can draw with Lesotho, draw with Zimbabwe, draw with Bafana, what do you
But
expect?
now you can say that. But right under, we're talking of surprise.
Yeah?
For me, Bafana is the surprise.
Yes,
Was
I mean,
Nigeria-
you guys
was
are here.
Cape Verde is
Was
the
Nigeria at the
surprise.
last World Cup?
No,
Okay,
but
then
the
what
other one
surprises
were
you?
there.
But
They were not there last
I am
time.
saying
They were knocked out by Ghana last time. So what's the
last time
surprise?
we went was 2010.
And your point? The last time Cote d'Ivoire went
And
out?
the AFCON,
How many times Cote
and the
d'Ivoire?
AFCON, Nigeria finished number 2.
Let's be honest. Be honest. When was the last World Cup Cote d'Ivoire went to?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
No, we're talking
It
about
matters because it
I'll tell
If
you.
you look at that group,
2014 was the
group
last
of
one.
Cote d'Ivoire, you think Gabon could stop Cote d'Ivoire from going to the World
1
Cup?
point. You finished
Gabon
1 point.
could stop.
1 point ahead.
Doesn't matter.
how many points were you ahead of us?
No, but I mean, they minus.
No, you don't forget what. And I want to say something so that people can listen. Anyone that cheats, you ban them. That's by now you wouldn't have been making noise. Because once you cheat, you disqualify you.
Administrative error.
That's cheating. FIFA looks at it, call it error. FIFA say criminology. Cheating. Because you try to manipulate. Next time we will say FIFA should disqualify any team that cheats.
I want to talk about Group F because this is the group
Ivory
that's
Coast, Ivory Coast
Yeah, Mama
did not concede a goal. They scored 25 goals.
Thank you.
25 goals
Merci.
and haven't conceded a goal.
No, but
Amazing.
Not even a goal.
Can I
They
ask?
haven't
Not a
conceded.
single goal.
Can I-
And they scored 25
They're not
goals.
the only nation that did it.
Tunisia.
And
Tunisia also did it.
And
Only
let's add on that. They were coached by a local. You know what makes me happy from this 9?
Yes.
7 of the 9 are African coaches going to the World Cup. First time that has happened.
This was the game against Kenya. Frank Kessie scoring, then Yan Diomade scoring. He's still a teenager, eh? You taking teenagers to the World Cup?
Of course, that shows you quality. When you have quality.
And champions.
Yes,
Don't forget that.
exactly.
These are African champions. And I think they showed it, they proved it.
Yeah.
That they were indeed champions. Wasn't
Yes.
this look? So
Then we take a look.
So this team is leading Africa to
Here's
the
the
World Cup.
youngster. Ooh. This is what we're taking to the World Cup.
Unbelievable.
Quality, my friend.
Unbelievable.
Teenage quality. Diomade finding the net
So
and
Monday.
then. And then we've got Man United's man here with the set piece.
Ahmad.
Ahmad.
What a
Jan.
free kick.
Huh? So you guys look, you guys look
Then
decent.
there is no surprise in that group.
No, what do you
The
say?
surprise is in the Bafana group.
I agree with you. Because when we start,
there's
listen,
two giants.
you see, no, don't ever say that.
Why?
Who is the giants?
What are you saying?
Bafana and Nigeria, 2 giants. in
You are
Nigeria.
giants?
Yes.
Of what?
Who won the AFCON?
You did what?
Won the AFCON in '96. You must lift that
know
trophy.
how old
Mamadou
96
always
is?
says to
The
be a great
reason
team,
you
you
won
must
that
lift the
World Cup
trophy.
Because the
You
last
won
one
this-
of
we were
Nigeria
not
is
there.
in South
We've got
Africa.
all the medals.
We were not
Gold,
there for
silver,
we were not there
two
in 96.
bronzes.
So please
It
cancel
doesn't make
that.
any
But the
difference.
last one, it's 2013 in South Africa here. Nigeria won the cup.
Here.
To show that in 96
in semi-finals to get to the final. So why are you
Okay,
giant?
let's host the AFCON
Okay,
in
so
Nigeria. We'll
this-
come and
Have
win.
you qualified
That's a good question.
for the 2026 World Cup?
We are like the tortoise. The tortoise said, go. I'm coming behind.
You know, you once
You
said
know the
to me,
tortoise?
Yes, the
Let me
tortoise on
say-
the head.
Now, let's notice maybe 2030.
But now-
The tortoise says,
Maybe-
go.
maybe
Calm down, guys.
in 2030,
Calm down. We've not been disqualified. We're still in the race. No matter how you get to where you're going, get to where you're going.
will you get
So
there?
we're going through the back door. We're coming. So you can't even say
Okay, so let's talk.
It's part of the
Let's
process
talk about the.
of
Let's
where
talk
we're
about
going.
the
The
door.
back door.
Let's talk about the door you want to come in. Right?
Yes.
The door that you want to come in is one of the best 4 runners-up out of the
the
qualification
yes,
out of
yes.
Africa, right? Only one team will go through. Here's how that group finished, right? So Gabon, with their enormous number of points, they went to the top. Then DRC, just missing out in their group as well. They were in the group with Senegal, runners-up in that group. Cameroon, runners-up in the group with Cote d'Ivoire. And then Nigeria, runners-up in the group with the mighty Bafana Bafana. So there is how things have worked out. It's going to be a situation where Gabon plays Nigeria in the first match. It's going to be on the 10th of November, right?
11th of
11.
Somewhere there, 10th, that weekend of the 10th of
In
November.
Morocco.
Somewhere there, in Morocco. We've got Gabon versus Nigeria, DRC versus Cameroon. Then on the 16th, I think that's the date,
Final.
there will be a final. Those 2 winners will then meet.
Yeah.
And that one team will then go through to March
To represent
to
Africa.
play at the Intercontinental Playoff
in Mexico.
Mexico.
Mexico. To represent
in
Africa.
Mexico.
Yeah. Now, when you look at all the teams that have qualified in Mexico, we're the highest rank
Yeah?
of all the teams that have qualified because we've looked at the teams.
Yes, I know Bolivia is there,
In
South America.
Group C,
ranking.
who was the highest ranked?
In which group?
In Group C, the one there were Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Lesotho. Who was the highest ranked?
Nigeria.
Did they qualify?
No.
So don't count your
No, we're
chickens.
not saying we don't qualify.
Don't count your
No,
chickens
the question is, did we not qualify?
For the playoffs.
for the playoffs. Not automatic.
Qualification is qualification.
For playoffs. But listen,
playoffs.
let's talk about
Playoffs.
it. Now, I did promise you that Samson Adamu would be joining us on the show. We've just been notified that they are traveling. CAF are en route somewhere. He's part of that contingency. He won't be joining us on the show, which gives us the chance to talk about it because there's a lot of controversy around it.
Yeah.
If you're in Burkina Faso right now, you're saying to yourself, Burkina Faso should have been in Nigeria's place. They should have been the ones going to the World Cup. And yet that has not happened. CAF, and I'm going to go to you, Sudesh. CAF and FIFA came with some mathematics that changed the look of the group and changed how everything looked, and that allowed Nigeria to squeak past teams that actually had more points in the groups. What happened?
Yeah, Thomas, that was due to the withdrawal of Eritrea. So they came with a very, it created a lot of noise.
Eritrea was
around
in Morocco's group.
yeah. So it
Yes.
created a lot of noise because of the way it was done, you know, and some people feel it could have been done better.
But why? Let's just talk about, before you go to about what should have happened, just
So
explain it.
four second place teams must go into the playoff.
Yes.
And from there off, as you guys mentioned rightfully, one must go. So they had to neutralize and equalize it because of Eritrea pulling
Because
out.
Eritrea is out,
Yes.
now there's a group that has less teams
Less
playing.
teams.
And now you have to try and work out, how do you work out a best second place now when not everyone has played the same number of games for that second place position? So
So there's
now,
one of two ways to do it, to give everyone the points or to take the points away, to equalize it, to make the playing fields level. And they tried to find the best possible solution.
so they said Eritrea are the bottom team in the group that Morocco are playing in. So let's just, for the second place teams, say the result against the bottom team, those don't count.
Yes.
We remove the results against the bottom teams in all of your groups for the second teams, and then we will have a new log and decide how that looks.
Yes.
So if you got 6 points against the bottom team, unlucky, you lose the 6 points.
Like
Nigeria
Burkina Faso.
they were in the fortunate position of, against Zimbabwe, were bottom of the
Yes.
group, only lost 2 points.
Yeah.
Where others were looking and saying, hey, 6, gone.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. That's very tactical.
That's the back door.
That's
he's been talking
that's
about.
That's the tactical.
You didn't plan that. There's no way you even knew that was coming because you didn't know Eritrea.
But TK was just harassing me that ordinary Zimbabwe you played wrong. You see how he benefited of
The back door. The back door is wet.
So if you beat them twice, you would
have been finished.
So you see, he favored us.
Yeah. But what do you think? Is it fair, unfair that happened? Because Burkina Faso is saying no. They're saying they're not happy with how it was done.
Yeah, Burkina Faso keep complaining until today. The other possibility was why not to give the point to the group Eritrea was. Give them 6 points each. Give them the points in that group. Even if it means somebody finishing second in that group. To be fair, anyway, obviously the way it was done, Nigeria will be happy.
Benefiting.
Burkina Faso won't be happy.
Because they had 21 points. But you minus 6
the thing
points
about
from there.
it, Thomas,
Minus 6 points there because they had actually played
Thomas.
against Eritrea twice.
Thomas.
Now you minus the 6 points.
Thomas,
Coming
Thomas,
to
also, somebody will be happy, somebody will be
exactly.
happy. You can't please everyone, you know. So the CAF and FIFA had to come with some kind of guideline.
And the decision was made before the game.
Same system UEFA uses.
I think a country like Eritrea must be banned forever. You cannot come into the competition, and the reason is the government say we cannot allow you to go and play football because all of you will run away from the country.
They don't come back. Yeah.
Defect. Now, countries like that, they must not spoil the game. If you're not sure to compete, rather withdraw from the beginning.
No, but from the beginning, they were sure.
They were not sure from
that they would compete.
They were not sure.
No, but it's not the first time they're doing it.
Exactly.
It's not the first time. That's the problem. I think what Mamadou is saying is that Eritrea should maybe sit at home until their issues with the government have been resolved.
Yeah.
And then when they go into participating, then they know that they have government backing. Otherwise, this is destabilizing.
But it's happened. I mean, didn't Congo Brazzaville also have a problem during the qualification? FIFA banned them at some point.
Yeah, that's different.
Well, I mean,
but this one, before they even kick a ball, they say we are no longer in.
Yeah, but they missed some, right?
Yes,
But I thought they played 1 or 2 games.
No, they didn't.
Didn't play
At all. Not a single game.
That's unfair.
And you look at it in a certain way, all the other teams that qualify played 10 games. Morocco only played 8. So, where is the balance and the fairness? I play 8, I go to the World Cup.
Yeah, but they won all their 8 games. They always,
But still,
all the
it's
8 games.
8 games
Yes,
against 10 games.
less than.
Yeah.
It's less than.
Yeah.
Somehow there would have been balance that everybody
But they
should
got
have
more
played.
points than even the teams that played 10 games.
No, it's not what we're saying. We're saying you play 10 games. They play 8 games. If you look at it, it's unfair.
Was it their fault
No, but
that Eritrea didn't play?
We're trying to find a balance.
Yeah, but why
where
is it?
you can see how you can balance the games for everyone to play 10
Yeah,
games.
but
decision needed to be made.
Sudesh has mentioned that why didn't they say, because the problem lies in the Morocco group, why don't they say all the teams in the Morocco group, they get 6 points from Eritrea? Why could
3
they do
million.
that?
3 points.
3 million and then 3 points.
Would have been better.
All of them.
But if that decision was taken, we wouldn't have come in.
Yeah.
So just because
That is why we are saying somebody has to cry and somebody has to
don't stop.
But here's the thing, guys.
everyone.
This is what I'm thinking, right? Is that, and I'm going to be a little bit pro-Nigerian here. If you look
for
at
the
it,
first time in your life,
Nigeria got points against more difficult teams in the group. They actually played the more difficult teams in the group.
Which difficult?
No, I mean, just if you look, if you look at
Bafana
the,
is
Of course, it's one of
listen to what
them.
I'm saying.
Huh?
Is that
Bafana is a
in their
difficult
group,
team.
they got points against the more difficult side,
stronger
not
team.
the weaker side in the group. So surely you want the team that to go through
Yeah, that
is
is
to be
strong.
the one
On a
that did better against the
strength,
top team.
yeah.
Because I can be in a group where there is a super pup team that is last. Super
Which
pup,
one?
pup,
And
pup,
you
pup.
give, like,
I'm not going to
people
name
to
it, but
or whatever.
you could be with like the worst nation and they give points 10-0 to everybody in that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would we want to use that as the barometer? Let's look at how you did against the serious
that's a good
nations
point.
and
That's
take
a
away
good point.
and take away the one against the weakest
we
nation.
did not lose to the superpower team, so-called superpower team. Home and away, we did not lose to them.
I mean, let's be
Benin,
fair.
we beat Benin at home and
Zimbabwe
away.
are a much tougher opponent
Benin beat you in Ivory
than
Coast, in
Eritrea,
Cote d'Ivoire.
right?
Benin
Eritrea
beat
is
you
not there.
2-1.
I mean, if you just took simply
Yes, Benin beat you 2-1 in Cote d'Ivoire.
TK, Eritrea, are they as tough an opponent as Zimbabwe?
No.
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
So already that would tell you, right?
But I never thought a day will come when Nigeria will consider Zimbabwe and Lesotho very strong opposition. I never
We still don't,
in my life.
We still don't consider them very strong. We still don't consider
The Super Eagles saying Nigeria is, Zimbabwe is strong.
Listen,
Lesotho is strong. Something is
when a lion is injured, you don't expect the lion to perform. You understand? When
Are you an eagle or a lion?
we at least
The eagle only one wing was working.
Eagle had injury.
Only the one
The
wing
eagle
was
had
working.
injury.
Never
Even we kept flying with one hand.
One wing was working.
You must listen. We were in a very bad state.
Only against nobody in both wings.
We were genuinely written off because we did not prepare. You know, we had 2 coaches before this time. Things were not working right.
And also, Osimhen, I mean, he played only 5 games, he scored 6
I'm talking
goals.
about it. Forget Osimhen now. If the nucleus of the team is not performing, that's a problem. Problem with coaches. We had to change 2 coaches in the span of 10 games. So it affected. The team was not gelling. But I say kudos to them. In the last 2-3 games,
Yes.
they picked up. And that's the fire we're coming with.
Either one thing for sure, you are sitting among countries that are going to the World Cup. It
Thank you.
means that you are part
I'm part of good man.
Okay, guys, I need to go to a quick break, and then we'll be joined by Gary Rodriguez, who will be talking about Capo Verde's journey to the World Cup. He's the vice captain of the national team, and this is a confirmation if you're somebody who wasn't following the World Cup and the qualifiers and who would be making their way there. This is what the situation is right now. There are the nations that will be making their way
big boys.
through to the World Cup. Morocco have been there on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 occasions. Tunisia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 occasions. Egypt will be 3 times at the World Cup. The last one was in 2018. Algeria have been there 4 times. Ghana have been to the World Cup on 4 occasions. The last occasion being in 2022. Capo Verde, debutants, first time ever. South Africa will be making their way to the World Cup for the 4th time. So will Cote d'Ivoire for the 4th time. And so will Senegal for the 4th time. The big boys of Africa.
5th time.
Yes, they've been there 4 times already, and they'll be going for a 5th time. So, after the break, though, we need to talk about the new boys. Capo Verde, how did they do it? Their vice captain joins us in Gary Rodriguez. We'll be back after this.
We need to look at.
Welcome back to Soccer Africa. The Elephants are going to the FIFA World Cup and Cote d'Ivoire. Now Mamadou is relaxed. You can see he's amongst the best in Africa. Mamadou was complaining. So I went quickly for a quick change. Now, let me introduce you to the man that we're about to speak to, and that's Gary Rodriguez, vice captain of Cape Verde, a man who's got, nearly 60 caps to his time with the national team. And the journey that they took to this World Cup, a nation, the 2nd smallest nation in the history of the FIFA World Cup ever to qualify. Iceland are smaller. And then Capo Verde with 560,000 or so people on the archipelago of islands. There are 10 islands that make up the nation called Capo Verde. Independence from Portugal only took place in 1975, and they only began qualifying for the World Cup in 2002. Now they are there in 2026, headed to the World Cup. Gary, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. I'm very good.
No, Gary, I'm
What
not
about
happy.
you?
I'm not happy, Gary. You can't just say it like that. You need to be very, very happy.
I'm very happy. Very happy. Very, very happy.
No, I mean, the Blue Sharks, I've got to tell you that when we looked at how you qualified and did not make it to the Cup of Nations, 1 win in your 6 games qualifying for the Cup of Nations, No one thought you were going to come out of this group as the number one team against Cameroon. What happened? What does the coach say? How does the coach even survive? You know, you don't make it to AFCON. Everyone thinks Debriefing will be fired. And then you'll have a new coach for the World Cup qualifiers. You keep him. The team gets stronger and you qualify for the World Cup.
That's true, man. We became a better team, a stronger team. And I think we deserve this qualification because we had, I think, 5 or 6 wins. We didn't lose any game at home. We scored a lot of goals, and we deserved it. This is our time, and we are coming for the world.
It didn't start well though, Gary. Angola 0-0, and then lost to Cameroon 4-1. Your opening 3 games, you could have got 9 points. You only got 4 of those 9 points. Already at that stage, it was like, no, we now can see Cameroon are going.
That's true.
How did you turn it around?
As I said, we came back very strong, and in these last 4 or 5 games, we made more than 10, 12 points. And I think what the important thing is how you ended and not the way you started, because it was also the time we had the losses from the qualification of qualification of the African Nations Cup.
Yes.
But as I said, we came strong. We came back strong. The coach came back strong. The team made a great step. And I think now is the time that Cape Verde shows to the world what about our football, about our quality, and everybody's talking about surprise. But I think that as you guys were talking, who deserves needs to go, and I think that's the time that we deserve to go.
If I would ask, we all believe that Cape Verde came up from nowhere. What has been the secret of the success of this team? Where did it change? What happened to the FA, to the players, to the coach? How did you start getting it right?
I think because we had a great African Nations Cup in 2023. We lost against South Africa with penalties, but we played a very good tournament. Yes, and then after that we lost the qualifications for the coming one. And everybody was saying that we were lucky and etc. etc. But the thing was also that the coach stayed, and after that we became a better team and a stronger team. And for me, that's the main point, that we became like this on this stage.
If you talk about a game in qualifying, I think I know which one I would say is the one that really turned it around for you. But which game was it? The critical game in your qualifying game?
The critical game that we won was away in Angola.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
For me, because in that we won first. Mauritius is on 1-0, and then we went away to play in Angola, and we made 6 points in that 2 games. And we became and in that time we became the first in the group.
More than the Cameroon game. I mean,
yes.
Livramento's goal halfway line beating Cameroon.
I mean, okay, the Cameroon game was amazing, also important. But for me, the 2 games before were more important because we became first, and I think that showed them that we are there to, to qualify,
And then
because nobody was expecting that.
TK.
Yeah.
They showed that result against Libya, the 3-3, you're 3-1 down. And then in the last few minutes, Cape Verde score 3-2, 3-3. And then even get a fourth one, but it's
disallowed. Yeah.
Disallowed.
For me, Gary, that game against Libya, when you were 3-1 down, and then you had to come back from 3-1 down to draw 3-3, and even scored a goal that was disallowed. For me, that goal just showed Cape Verde's heart. It showed the Blue Sharks that they had heart. I don't know about you and the players.
Yeah, that's true. And you know that it's not easy to score 3 goals in Libya. And we were
Nigeria.
3-1 down.
Gary,
Yeah, we were 3-1
Gary,
down.
what
And
does it...
sorry?
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Continue, Gary.
ahead.
Continue.
Yeah, that showed that we really were in the stage that we know that we are qualifying for the World Cup, because the way we're playing, the way we are fighting, the way we came back in the game gave us a good feeling for the last game.
Yeah, Gary, what I wanted to say, what does it mean to not only the people in Cape Verde, because in the USA you have a huge Cape Verdean expatriate population there. I'm sure it means a lot to everyone in the diaspora.
Yes. We have more people in the diaspora than in our country itself. So
Yeah.
I think when you go to United States, there will be more people than in our country, and that's why people are always saying our country is small. But in diaspora, we have much more Creoles than in our own country, and I think in the World Cup we will have a lot of support.
While you talk about that support, a lot of people will be wondering, will supporters from Cape Verde be making their way to the tournament? You do add a lot with your supporters at the tournaments you play in, Gary.
Again, I didn't hear you, sorry.
I'm saying, do you think supporters from Cape Verde will make their way to the USA? Your supporters are very popular around the world.
Of course, they will be all of them there. They will make the way there for sure. And this is our first time, and I think everyone deserves to enjoy this
And all the beautiful ladies. Yeah. And all the beautiful ladies we see on TV.
Yes, we have beautiful people.
Are they coming?
They are coming. Yes, they will be there.
Gary, I have to ask you, in the last AFCON, when you lost to South Africa in the penalty shootout, what did the coach say to you guys after that game? Because it was a heartbreak game. You really played well against South Africa, and then you had to go and lose in a penalty shootout. What did the coach say to you guys?
It was heartbreaking. I think a lot of us were crying because it was a great game from the side of South Africa, from our side.
Yes.
And it was penalties 50-50, and the goalkeeper of South Africa, I think, stopped all the penalties. And our coach was saying that we made a great game. All the games that we made we played very well, and nobody was expecting us also to come this far. So we were all proud. But on the other side, it was also heartbreaking the way we lost. But this is football, and I think from this experience, I can be only proud of the team, as the coach said also.
Gary, I mean, neutral football fans are going to look and say, yes, you made it to the World Cup. We love that Cape Verde are going to make it to the World Cup, but you're going to get crushed at the World Cup. How does the team feel about that kind of energy that's, people are saying, well, you're just going to go there to make up the numbers. Nice story, but what will you do?
Yeah, that's also a good thing. You can show them the opposite of what they are thinking, and I think our players, our country, we are so hungry because it's our first time. And when you are the underdog, it's always different because you have nothing to lose, and you are coming from nothing. So, but I think we will do a good job there because our team is growing. The players are better. The team is better. We can do something. I believe we can do something.
Tell me,
yes.
If there's a nation that you could choose to be in your group, one, what nation would you choose? Would you want desperately to have a game against at a World Cup?
Oof. We know Portugal.
Portugal, we already played, but Argentina, France, Holland will not be bad.
My friend, you're taking a big risk. Which risk is going to the World Cup?
He's going.
Yes,
You're going to the World Cup, so
to prove a point.
You will play against the best countries in the world, best players in the world.
I agree.
Gary, congratulations. I mean, what you've done is completely unbelievable. We can't wait for the draw on the 5th of
Thank you,
December.
thank you.
We'll be holding thumbs for you that you get the favorable draw. We want to see you go as far as you can with all our 9 African nations.
Thank you so much.
We really
Thank you
do
so
wish
much.
it for you. So thank
I
you for
appreciate
joining
you. I
us.
appreciate it.
We appreciate you giving us
I
the
wish
time.
you guys also the best. I wish South Africa the best. Maybe we meet again. You never know.
There
you,
is
Gary.
Cote-
Thank
there
you.
is Cote d'Ivoire here also. There is Ghana
Sorry?
also.
Yes, all the African countries.
And Nigeria,
all of
do you think Nigeria will make it?
Oof, I don't know.
Please be careful what
Thank you,
you
Gary.
say.
Let's leave it, Gary. Let's leave it.
Gary,
Thank you very much.
Gary, thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Don't get into trouble now. We're going to leave it there. Gary Rodriguez, Vice Captain of Cape Verde. You know, guys, there's a story I need to tell you about Cape Verde very quickly. You know, and it's been on a lot of social media, but do you know there's a player in their squad, Roberto Lopez, who the previous coach found on LinkedIn.
That's why it was discovered.
On LinkedIn, he contacted him. He sent him a mail. He says, listen, we understand that your father's from Cape Verde, your mother's from Ireland. And then they sent it apparently in Portuguese. He doesn't speak Portuguese. He ignored it. He's like, what are they even saying? They sent it again on LinkedIn in English. And now he's been, for the last couple of seasons, a key player for Cape Verde.
Wow.
This is how they, have had to put together a side, find players, look around.
That's a beautiful story. They actually have to search for a player they feel can, complement their team. Unlike the players who suddenly discover that they have African roots. Because now...
Who are you talking about? Because last week we spoke about Lucas Zidane, Algeria. And that Zinedine Zidane's son,
Yes,
the French legend, Zinedine Zidane,
yes.
his son has decided he's joining Algeria when Algeria was sure they were going to qualify. And they gave him a game, right? Did they not? He played him in the last game.
Yes, against Uganda.
For me, he simply was not good enough for France.
So,
That's me.
but he's good enough for Algeria.
Well, Algeria feels that he's a big name. His
So why do you
father's
have a
name.
problem? Why do you have a
No,
problem?
but there are other players. I think they are suddenly phoning Ghana to say they have their grandfathers and grandmothers, and then now they want to play for Ghana.
We
Simply because Ghana has now qualified for the World Cup. Players are calling to say, hey,
We're talking about, there's 2 players that are in the headlines right now, Eddie Nketiah and Caleb Hudson-Odoi. Those 2 players are in the headlines right now in Ghana in terms of saying,
No,
we possibly are available.
I'm happy with the Ghana coach. He has come out and say, all those that helped us qualify, I will take to the World Cup.
Thank
You
you.
don't wake up on morning.
Otto Addo, well
I
done.
remember that your
Well
great
done.
grandfather's uncle's auntie is Ghanaian. Now that they've qualified. And after the World Cup, they just run away. It happened to us.
But it's quality players. I mean, Nketiah, Arsenal, he's at Crystal Palace, he scores the winner against Liverpool the other day. He's a proper
It's a
player.
reject.
What are you
Didn't they
saying?
do that
It's a reject.
before?
No.
England
Why
rejected
didn't
him.
they do that before?
When Ghana was qualifying, did they avail themselves?
themselves.
Mamadou was in Ghana. You were there for this final game that they played. This story we're talking about, how big a story is it in Ghana?
It's everybody talks about it, but you will hear the coach making up his own.
What do you
Let's
think?
hear
Before
what
we
the
hear the
coach
coach,
said.
what do you think?
Look, of course I will agree. People must
Agree with
not.
what?
People must not go and sit there. They are rejected by other nations.
nations.
Now, when the team qualify for the World Cup, they raise their
You
head.
didn't say that last week. You said Zidane going to Algeria was fantastic, wonderful, amazing.
For Zidane, it's different.
Because the
name
Algerian
Zidane.
Federation
The name
went.
Zidane what?
Yes. It's a trademark to him.
And then
He's
that
a
name
brand.
only.
He's a big brand.
Thank you.
They went to
They
him.
went to him, the federation.
Did not come to him.
who?
The
federation.
He didn't come to them.
You were not there. You don't know.
Yes.
You've got to make
They
yourself
approach
available.
him. He's playing.
No. Okay, getting back to the Nketiah story, right? Especially with Eddie Nketiah, because there is a bit of controversy, and there was a tweet that came out where he was saying that he would not play for Ghana. This was around when he was still at the 17 level.
There
right?
you are.
And that but his parents then came out and said, but they had wanted him to play for Ghana earlier, and Ghana hadn't come forward and called him up. So there is an issue around, especially in Nketiah, that there was interest from the young man, But also, when he was 17, guys, when he's got England and Ghana, and he's grown up in England.
They always
But he
reject
also
us.
No,
had
guys,
England.
I am
he's
telling you.
17. At that age, you can't hold a
Well, can he
17-year-old.
sign a check?
Can you hold a 17-year-old?
Was he being paid?
No, he was 17. He wasn't a professional athlete even at that stage.
And then after 17 became 18.
Yes.
At 18, where did he decide to go?
He was playing with the England junior side.
They stay with England junior side.
Why?
Because you are English.
No, he's not.
I'm telling you. I've always said that this story
He
happened to us.
decided he
Yes.
wants to play for England. And now, because England, he didn't make the cut with the England team. He says plan B, Ghana.
The question is, if now England invites him now, where would he go to?
Let's hear what the coach has to say in Otto Addo when this question was put to him by our very own Mamadou Gay, who was in Accra.
We've been in talks with Eddie since the last World Cup, 2022. And for me, what is really, really important, that players who we are in touch with are committed also to the country. I will never say no to nothing, but surely players who played the qualifiers, who went through everything, have a higher standing than players who just want to come when we qualify for the World Cup.
Thank you, coach. Well done.
Okay, but it's not just a player. It's a very high quality players that are saying we are available. Players that I'm absolutely certain would raise your national team standard. Why are we not excited
The
about that?
timing of it, Thomas. If
The
they were really
timing,
keen, why didn't they
exactly.
come previously during the qualification?
Yeah.
game?
Exactly.
Why
was
so
it
few of
coming
them
now?
were not called by
If
England?
he availed himself,
Yes,
they've played 10 qualifying games. Even if he had played 8 of those games, or 7,
6.
Or
perhaps
2
even
before.
5 of
Yes.
those games,
2.
I would say yes, he helped them qualify. He deserves to be there. But when they have already qualified or they are about to qualify and then he raises his hands, I honestly feel I have doubts.
I don't know whether the player himself has said anything, but these are the kind of players that Ghana do have an option to bring into their national team. They haven't played at a senior national level for England. I don't see why this would be too much of a problem. And Minister Kofi Adams, who's the sports minister, I think, in Ghana, he's saying he'd support the inclusion, but it's up to the technical team and it's up to the association to make that decision. But if it needs the minister to push paperwork a bit quicker, I'm sure he's already
Minister
saying.
has no business to do in this.
Too late for that.
What do you
And
think?
ministers have
There's a
no
long
business
time till the World Cup.
No, but the coach
Because
has
they
already
disrupted
decided.
the
The coach
team.
has already
Yes.
decided that the players that helped him qualify, he can't drop them now. And that shows true leadership.
My friend, they will convince him. In Africa.
This is what happened against Comores 1-0 in
and say,
Accra.
hey, we need him.
They didn't need this, but you said there was a lot of nerves for this match against Comores.
Definitely, I was in the stadium and the public wanted a goal. They wanted to finish in style.
Yeah.
They were not happy with the 0-0. And you can see they were pushing for the goal. After the 1 goal from Kudus, they even wanted more goal. But at the end, they were all satisfied.
Yeah.
It was celebration in the stadium, outside the stadium, and in Accra, across the country.
You also had a chance to speak to the president of the Football Association.
Definitely. A happy man, very happy man. Because once they didn't qualify for the AFCON, everybody were vying for him, for the coach and everybody. You remember in the studio here,
Yes.
I say you might not qualify for AFCON, Ghana might not, but they might make it to the World Cup. Today, nobody's talking about the World Cup. Everybody is
AFCON.
happy
In Africa.
about the AFCON. Everybody is happy, including the head of state, the ordinary Ghanaian.
No, you know why no one's talking about it? They'll only let's talk again on the 21st of December and see if Ghanaians are not talking about the AFCON. when we turn on the television,
Which is better? We've always argued the World
Don't
Cup.
start this one.
No, I'm telling you.
No, don't start this.
I'm telling you. Listen, in Africa, if as a FA president, you don't qualify for the World Cup, I afraid you're gone. You lose.
Except in South Africa.
Why?
Yeah, no, but
I want to hear
World
now.
Cup you didn't qualify. The president of the FA was.
But they've qualified.
How many you didn't qualify before?
But let's
Yeah,
hear
but-
from a man who did qualify. Ghana and the Black Stars have qualified for the FIFA World Cup, and Mamadou Gueye spoke to the president of the Football Association. Let's hear a little bit more out of that conversation.
Free kick comes in, it's a good delivery, and there it is! And again, Niger snacks the winner! Terrific header by Umar Sako.
For me, qualification to the AFCON is a given for Ghana. And the fact that we failed woefully to make it was one of the darkest points in my career as a leader of the football family here. But true leaders learn from their mistakes. And for me, the solution to the problem doesn't lie solely on dismissal of a coach. And this was the same coach who had taken us to the Mundial in 2022. So once we were honest, I think we were very clear on the directions that we had to undertake.
And the players will show their appreciation for Coach Otto Edo, the appreciation to play for their country, the appreciation for being able to represent potentially their country at the FIFA World Cup finals. There's a lot that's got to be said about this match. However, the Kudus goal in the second half made all the difference. Ghana tonight winning by a goal to nil. They'll play at the World Cup finals.
We made it in a grand style, and this has been typical Ghana. I mean, completely dominated the group. 25 points out of 30, losing only one game out of the 10. The current coach never lost a game. He played 8 games, won 7 and drawn 1. For me, an amazing story, an amazing journey. If you're honest, you will say that this is by far one of the most disciplined and organized Blaster setup that we've seen in recent times. We want to go there as proud representatives of Africa and make Ghana proud and make Africa proud. For Ghana, we've learned big lessons after the fiasco of the World Cup in Brazil, where Ghana was humiliated because of bonus-related issues. What I'm sure about is that the current president of our country, President John Mahama, who has been so supportive of my leadership and the leadership of this FA, and of course our national teams, will give Ghana and the FA all the support that we need. And therefore, I don't anticipate any problems at all. We will prepare. We'll be very, very prepared. And we will go there as a team that has completely dominated its group, that is very high in confidence, and that can bring glory to Ghana.
A lot said there, TK.
yeah.
But maybe the most interesting is about this coaching situation.
Yeah, if you look at it, the Ghana coach did not qualify for the AFCON, which is coming up in 2 months. They kept him. He qualified them for the World Cup. The Cabo Verde coach didn't qualify for this upcoming Cup of Nations tournament. They kept him, and he qualified them for the World Cup. But there is one nation that fired their coach. And now they are struggling to qualify for the World Cup.
After the last AFCON.
After the last World Cup,
Last AFCON.
last AFCON, he was vice champion, as Mamadou puts it. He was vice champion. They fired him.
Who are you talking about, TK?
Hugo Bruce fired him.
Who are you talking about, TK?
Hugo Bruce fired that man.
Pizarro.
Yes. Hugo Bruce.
Pizarro, the Nigerian coach.
But what
from
has
the
Hugo
AFCON.
Bruce has to do with it?
You came second at AFCON.
I said Hugo Bruce fired him. He's your coach. Because, yes. And
How did
How?
Hugo Bruce.
he doesn't have the power?
Wait.
Okay.
After we played South Africa, Hugo Bruce said, this Nigerian coach is a coward.
Well, you're quoting roughly, but you didn't say those exactly.
Okay, well, he said this man was scared.
Yeah.
And he was asking his players, go back. So how can you have a team like Nigeria and you're telling your players, go back? So he would never do that.
reported that speech.
Yeah.
You remember?
So you fired him, not Hugo Bruce.
I
Also
reported that
posted
speech.
on the media and the radio in
What
Nigeria.
did the speech and
No,
Very
yes,
vocal.
they say, is that what he said? I said, they fired.
Thomas, before you go, Otto Addo, it's his third appearance in the World Cup. Once as a player, twice as a coach.
Wow.
That's a big
Was he there
achievement.
the last time as a coach
Yes,
of Ghana?
he's the one who qualified them for 2022. And then they brought in Chris Hughton. He was assistant. They fired Chris Hughton. He took over.
continued.
But he was also there as a player.
Yeah.
So twice as a coach and
But
once
it
as a
cannot
player.
be. I think after all the excitement, it cannot be that we as South Africans are qualifying and we forgot that there was a mistake that happened. The situation that led us to lose 3 points.
It's forgiven.
Why forgiven?
Listen
How
to
can
me.
It cannot be swept under the carpet.
No, Pastor.
No way. It cannot be.
Let him make his point.
Accountability.
Let him make his
Can I
point.
finish? Can I finish? You see, mistakes happen. If he are not qualified, then you hold him responsible. The team has qualified.
We almost didn't.
Almost didn't. We want to be in your position. Almost, but we qualified. Give us that almost, and we qualified.
You were firing coaches.
You understand?
Almost.
So listen, this guy made a mistake. These things happen. And he's been...
Pastero made a mistake, you fired him.
Yes.
No, Pastero did not make a mistake.
What did he do?
Pastero failed.
I'm going to a break. Powerful things being said here. What are your views? Ina is very clear that, you know what? The administrative error, whoever made it, it's behind, forgive him, let's carry on. And that's the version we're also hearing from Dr. Danny Odan, the president of the South African Football Association. He's quoted as saying similar. Let it go. It's done. It's behind Bafana Bafana. We move. What do you think? We'll be back after this. And, well, with Sadio Mane still scoring goals. What an exciting FIFA World Cup and prospect out of them, guys. I still need to get to this because you guys were fighting. South Africa, yes, we've spoken extensively about South Africa and how they got there and how they got through that group. Now you guys are still fighting about the 3 points and someone must be held accountable, and for what? When the president is saying, listen, we move on.
We don't want to be party poopers or what, but you cannot tolerate these kind of mistakes. And there must be accountability. We can't say that, okay, we've qualified, let's leave everything and carry
Why
on.
not? Let's just say why not?
No, but because
we keep doing the same mistake.
Why? But this mistake is the first time.
It's not the first time.
Since Bafana Bafana has been
How will
Bafana.
we fix things? How will we reach a level of consistent high?
So how do you want to punish him? You want to kick him out of the team? He's
No,
used
no,
to the
no,
team.
no, no, no,
He's
Pastor.
used to the
No,
organization. Instead you fine him.
But
You say, okay, maybe, yes, he's accountable already. He made a mistake.
But
You query him.
the SAFA executive told parliamentarians
Yes.
that they will investigate
Yes.
who was responsible for this,
Yes.
and then action will be taken.
Heads will roll.
Heads will roll.
Okay.
You
Now,
know,
the heads that are supposed to roll did not roll.
yeah,
And
but
you
you
heard,
probably-
Move on.
again, you did hear Hugo Bruce when they said, who's at fault? He started with himself.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
Coach said,
because he's a
I'm at
gentleman
fault.
and he's
The
a diplomat.
administration itself is at fault. The team manager's at fault.
The
And they
players
even
at
mentioned that it went down to the player. So it seemed like a collective fault. Now
No,
you
but
say
what
we must
he-
pick out of all of
No,
that.
what's the duty
One
of
guy
Bruce
must be
was
the
saying?
team. No, you out of all of that.
Yes, what's the duty of a team manager?
No, but I mean, I'm saying the coach himself said we all at
Yes,
fault.
he's a gentleman and he must take responsibility. But
Okay.
he's trying to protect everyone.
So he didn't point at somebody.
But there are people who are employed to do certain things.
Because
in
you
the
know
team.
the people. We
No,
don't
the
know
thing
them.
is, we
We
can't-
know that the team succeeded. I want to be in your
Pastor,
place. Yeah,
Pastor.
talking too many stories, my
Let
friend.
me tell you,
Let
the
us make
SAFA
a mistake.
president came, he said it's over, it's behind.
It's over.
I think after such a qualification,
Yes.
it never happened since 2010. Anyway, South Africa was hosting. I think anyone guilty deserves amnesty, simple, a forgiveness, so that there is proper unity in the team to go and conquer the world.
I agree.
Because once you start punishing, you will bring the team, the FA, everybody into disrepute.
And negative energy.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm done.
Yes.
No,
Fix it.
I'm going to leave it
It's
there.
not
I'm going to
about
leave it
punishing.
there.
It's
While we're
fix
talking
it.
with the man in the
Be
Moroccan
more
jersey,
efficient.
while we're talking to the man in the Moroccan jersey, Morocco and their under 20s are doing,
Yes.
oh my
Yes.
goodness, they are
Yes,
making
yes,
Africa
yes.
proud. The
Yes.
FIFA Under-20 World Cup. They're in the final. TK,
Yeah.
this
I
side
think-
has beaten everybody.
Absolutely. And when you consider that the senior team actually reached the semi-final, but the under-20 has gone past the semi-final, they beat France, who many people felt will win this tournament. But the Morocco boys, the young Atlas boys, beat France in a penalty shootout, and they are now through to the final. They will be playing Argentina, I think.
One shot on target is what Morocco managed. France had 8 on target, but that's football. And on the way, Coach Wabi beating Spain, Brazil, South Korea, USA, and then France. And now, just one more stands in the way.
Yeah.
Thomas, the next star of African football is that youngster, Yassir Zabiri. He's a product of the Mohammed VI Academy, where you went to in Morocco. He's currently playing in Portugal for Famalicão. That boy is going to be a superstar.
At the World Cup,
At the World Cup and going forward.
the other World Cup, the real
The
one.
You remember the whole
2026
thing?
one.
Yeah.
Are they going to promote him to the senior national team?
Why not? He will be. In 2030, he should be one.
No, I'm talking
now,
about this
2026.
They are good. Definitely, it's going to. They must
We've
move
set
one
the
or two
performance
players.
here
Yes.
to reach the final.
There must
Maybe
be one
to
or
win
two
it.
players. You have to promote. At 20 years in Europe, 17-year-olds are playing at the
The
World
first
Cup.
team, how many players
Yeah,
they've
but
got?
it's the
Quality
Moroccan
players.
first team is
Still,
tough.
he can be part
Yeah,
of
but
Morocco's national team is this.
I saw them in
But
Qatar.
guys, we're out of time. We could talk forever and ever and ever and ever. However, I need to remind you that at the end of the month, we will be having the official massive 2-hour celebration show of Soccer Africa's 1,000 shows, 24 years on air. And what we're saying is that on that day, we're going to honor some of the best on the continent. Soccer Africa will be telling you about who we think is the football personality of the last 24 years in the male and female categories. Then the Master Coach Award from us here on Soccer Africa.
Yes.
Male and female, who will that be? A leadership award. We've got 3 names that we'll be handing that out to.
Absolutely.
And you can tell us what you think as well. And then we've got the Impact in Media Award for those journalists that we feel have done the business. Now, I need you at home. If you're a friend of Soccer Africa, and also if you want to be on the show itself, you know what? Just make sure that you comment here. Just comment. And we will also try and make sure that you come onto the program. You will be here. You'll enjoy the 2 hours with us live in studio. We'll celebrate 1,000 shows on air, and the wise men will be with you like you have been with us for 24 years. Well, those of you who have been with us that long. Some of you are a bit young, maybe a little bit less time, but we still want you here. So we'll give you those details, and make sure you follow us on social media as well to find out how you can be part of our live studio audience for that. But thank you very much. At the far post to Thomas Ghanaian, the award-winning super journalist and founder of the show. Peter Side, I like this jersey, man.
Thank you.
It's the real thing, eh? It's the real thing. It's the real thing.
World Cup.
Yeah, no, I see. It's a kind of badge on it. And then the Assassin of Abidjan. Nice trip to Ghana, and you really brought us some very interesting things. Thank you very much, Mamadou Gain at the far post. It's our football strategist in Coach Suresh Singh. This is the wise men of African football on a show where we celebrate Africa making it to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. 9 nations. We're all united with those 9 nations on that one journey, that one dream to bring the World Cup back to Africa. Why not in 2026? This is Soccer Africa. Good night.
Good night.